Hello and welcome, my Libra collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your twin flame reading for August and September 2020, or timeless. I am your reader, Archangel Lyons. Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, Mercury conjunct Venus in Libra, so I might be in this one. There's always that possibility, hopefully not, but you can just call me Mal. Let's get down to business. My subscribers, thank you so much for returning and helping my channel steadily grow. We're getting there bit by bit, day by day, really enjoying the journey, etc. So thank you for your likes, your subscribes, your clients. I mean, and if you're one of my clients, thank you so very much. Helping me pay my bills. Very sweet of you. And if you are new to the channel, please do considering the same, right? At least like subscribe for a while, follow along. I put on a lot of interesting content over the past couple of years. Go look at my back catalog. You'll see what I got down there. Otherwise, enjoy the reading. These are twin flame readings. So let's get down to business. Twin flames are a type of soul contract, as is soulmate, but they're not the same thing. Soulmates are really the ones that you want. Soulmates are, and they're not just romantic sexual, they come in every different shape and form, these contracts. They're not all romantic sexual, the soulmates, but we'll get to those in another reading, but those are the satisfying, symbiotic, sympathetic, right? You help each other heal, right? You can give each other and share love in that way. Your friends, right? Think of your friends, your best friends, your closest confidants, your soul brothers, your soul sisters. Twin flames, you teach each other how to love yourselves. Do the math on that, right? Meaning they can't give you, by contract, they're not supposed to give you the love that you want. Doesn't mean they don't love you. Can be a parent, can be a child, can be a sibling, can be just about anybody. It can be a twin flame or a soulmate contract. So this is looking at your most dominant or the most important twin flame contract for you to learn from, to learn how to heal yourself, to give yourself the love that they can't give you in its many different shapes and forms, right? There's a forgiveness and acceptance and approval and, you know, all these things we want from people, and they're just not written to give us that. We have to give it to ourselves. So the thing is the more you heal this, the more you're adding to the collective healing of the world right now, because these patterns are so ancient and we are healing them and transforming them collectively. Fifth dimensional unity consciousness, blah, blah, blah. Just do your healing is really what this is, and that's why this is a contract read. We're going to have divine feminine, divine masculine, just as a way of saying party number one and party number two. You got to feel out which one you are. So I will never at any point know who is the Libra in this. You both could be, for all I know. It is a general read. Please take what resonates, leave what does not. But look at it as a contract. There will be a center row, which will be the sort of the relationship itself, the contract itself that affects you both, and how you can really heal what's yours to heal, and maybe even let go of what's meant to let go, which is why we're doing extendeds here. Like, they may not appear romantic sexual in this part of it, but I gotta tell you, a lot of them have gone that way once we get to the extended, and because it's VIMEO, I can say whatever the hell I want. So it's sort of a different vibe. So I'm digging this extended reads thing, so let's get down to it. Just focus on your breath. I'll do the same. You stay in the present moment to feel what resonates, what doesn't, so that if you want to go to the extended, you'll know by the end of it whether or not you want to go deeper. And I'll do the best I can to get you the clarity, guidance, and grace that I do. I mean, after all, I am Mercury conjunct Venus, Libra, Aphrodite, and Eros on the chest. Here we go. Starting with the Caroline Mace archetype cards, as I usually do for contract reads, one for the Divine Feminine, one for the Divine Masculine. All the decks that I read are in the description box below. I will call them out as I go. And there are some links in there as well in the description box about twin flames and soulmates and all that jazz. New definitions that might clarify this whole thing for you. Because the idea of your parent being your twin flame might seem a bit abrupt unless you have the new definition. Take a nice deep breath. And let's get down to work. My collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved, please. I need 2 cards for the Divine Feminine and for the Divine Masculine, 1 each. This Libra collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, twin flame contract, August, September 2020, but timeless as well. There's our Divine Feminine, whenever they're supposed to watch it. Ooh, you popped that one right in my fingers. The Divine Masculine. That was quick. Didn't make me work too hard for that one. Oh, dear, 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 dear. Now look, archetypes are supposed to be triggery because they have hidden stuff. Like, what's a trigger? Like stepping on a landmine, right? So the shadow aspect, what's written on the card in the lower part of it, is saying this is what you have to heal within yourself, or what the contract is teaching you how to love and heal within yourself, moving you into the light attribute. Which is, you know, the light attribute. It's the heal part. It's lead to gold. It's the alchemy. It's the healing process. Well, we've got the divine feminine, Femme Fatale, which is just the tits. I love the Femme Fatale. I have the Femme Fatale. And as a divine feminine, maybe I can relate to that. And the divine masculine martyr. Oh, God help us. God help us. Another divine masculine martyr. Haven't we had enough of them on planet Earth? So, look, if you are the Libra divine masculine martyr here, I will be kind. I understand that as toxic as the shadow is, as brilliant as the light is in archetypes, it's just this is going to be a knockdown, drag out, because you can't have the Femme Fatale without it being a romantic sexual contract. Buckle up, Libras. Here we go. Oh, no. The divine feminine here, the shadow attribute, inappropriate use of sensuality, attachment to money and power. Me? No, never have I ever. Liar. Yeah, right? Absolutely. Inappropriate use of sensuality. Have you noticed I'm wearing a Calvin Klein blazer with no shirt underneath it? The light attribute highlights the erotic energy of the feminine. Opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. I need you. You can't have me. Well then, let's burn the town down. Familiar. Oh, here we go. I know some of you are peeing yourselves laughing. The divine masculine martyr. Now remember, this isn't about gender. This is not about gender. This can play itself out in any relationship structure that comes to you. Take what resonates here. Because the martyr archetype has such a bad, just a word martyr. We only seem to think of it through the shadow side of it, which is addiction to self-pity. I mean, you can get people to jump through hoops if you're a martyr in that way. I mean, it's really part of the vampire schemata, how you drain people. But everybody martyrs, but is this a reason, a season, or a lifetime? With any of the archetypes, or even for the Femme Fatale. This is for a reason. This little temporary archetypal power you're developing, a season, a good chunk of your life, or an entire lifetime, right? So the light side of the martyr is so amazing. Learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself or a cause. Now, there's suffering in there. I mean, it's such a divine family archetype where the Femme Fatale, believe it or not, is the wild card. It's not automatically in the feminine family of archetypes. Femme Fatale, the fatal female, right? It's really masculine or feminine. It doesn't matter the embodiment. That energy is neutral in and of itself, as all of them are. But this is a divine family thing. This is a divine family archetype. Learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself need not indicate suffering. And yet, when have we ever seen someone do it where there wasn't some kind of suffering or sacrifice or pain that they had to undergo? So as much as, yes, no, you go ahead and enjoy yourself. I'll just live alone and contemplate my navel for the well-being of all. You know, that's martyry. That's definitely the self-pity, the spiritual ego running with that in the shadow. But in that light attribute, particularly in a twin flame relationship, to kind of say, all right, well then if I'm going to heal this, I'm going to heal this. If I'm going to deal with this, I'm going to deal with this. I'm going to deal with this open and honest, and I am going to learn the transcendent nature of service to myself and or a cause, because it's all in the unity. We are really off to the races on this one. I am wide awake. Well, second reading of the day. I had a client earlier today. Let's get healing with the Angels Oracle. Who are the angels walking with you? I mean, you probably might have an idea of who you are already with this, because, I mean, they're sort of very different, but at the same time, there can also be mirroring going on with twins. So sometimes the intuition and the gut, the head, and the heart kind of go back and forth on who am I in a reading. Particularly, I mean, if you're sitting across from me, I can can ask you questions and go deeper, right? So who's the perfect healing angel then? My angels, please. One card in clarity. Yeah, we'll do them both face down. One for the Femme Fatale and one for the Martyr in this Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign twin flame contract. August, September 2020 or timeless, please. One for the divine feminine Femme Fatale, and one for the divine masculine Martyr. There we go. That one flipped out of my hand. So, a Femme Fatale with the Angel of Focus and the Martyr with Soulmate. Okay. Like I said, buckle up for this one. Now let's just start with her for a moment. Again, regardless of bodily gender here, focus, girl. Focus, right? It's like the Femme Fatale has a plan. Even if she doesn't know what the plan is, if it's that let's be in the moment and just focus and watch the movie, right? To focus your power. That, yeah, you got nothing going on but the rent, right? Inappropriate use of sensuality or attachment to money and power is different than gotta do what I gotta do. Keep in mind the power of focusing on the magnetic quality of feminine energy. Masculine electro, feminine magnetic. You might not have to do much in the outside. Focus. Now for this divine masculine Martyr here with Soulmate, I will say, Healing with the Angels Oracle card does not to this day, I believe in a new printing, have a twin flame card, right? So Soulmate, I go with soul contract, right? It's a little bit different than saying this is absolutely a soulmate relationship in a twin flame read. No. There are the occasional, according to Matt Kahn, the link is in the description box and below, soul contracts, twin flames, and soulmates redefined. But occasionally, rare as can be, we're talking Raiders of the Lost Ark rare kind of thing, once every 10,000 years, there's a twin flame that alchemizes into a soulmate. Now, I'm having fun with that because that drives me nuts. I want to know. Of course I want to know contract law. I'm a Virgo. So this says a lot. This card does not come up as often as you think it would in this context. So can somebody be a martyr to a soulmate contract or to a soul contract, regardless of its twin flame? One would think that they on some level must understand that there's something going on here more than just a tricky relationship. And I'm gonna say with the Femme Fatale, I mean, I get, okay, another way I could see this maybe is that this could be mother and child, right? Where the mother is a Femme Fatale and the child is sort of like bonded to this, I guess it's a little Patsy, Adina and Safi, a little ab-fab archetype, darling. This is fabulous. Let's keep going. So at least we know who the angels, because what would the Angel of Focus do? Grow, get focus. And what would the Angel of Soulmate, right? It's a title, Healing Angel of Soulmate. Why would the Martyr call for that to help them heal, to get that? This is a larger context, right? This isn't just, yeah, it didn't go well. We didn't see eye to eye. It's a turbulent, transformative, twin flame contract. 5 cards, Daughters of the Moon. For the divine feminine, fire, earth, air, water, spirit, same configuration with the mythic tarot for the divine masculine. Let's go deep. We're going to get all of them down, all 10 cards, 5 each, right? And then we will turn them over element by element in terms of fire, earth, air, water. Spirit, breathe. Aphrodite. Please, my goddesses. I need 5 cards. Element spread. I'll call them out as I go. Fire, earth, air, water, spirit. First for this Femme Fatale. Walking with the Angel of Focus. In this Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign twin flame contract. August, September 2020, or timeless. What does she want? Show me her element of fire. We'll put them all face down. Element of fire. Earth. What's the torch's fuel, right? What has she got to help her get what she wants there? Element of air, being an air sign, we would think either one could be Libra. True. Element of air. That one, what is she thinking? Element of water. Yeah, what is she feeling? My tummy went blurp blurp, so remember that. My tummy went blurp blurp. Could just be the coffee. And element of spirit, most important, the point of view or the voice of the soul that agreed to this contract in the first place, is I can't believe we don't have some say into these things before we incarnate. It's like, get my lawyer, get my agent. I don't know if I want this part. Oh, he's playing that role? Well, maybe. How much you paying me? Breathe. I mean, it wouldn't shock me ultimately if it was like that, and, you know, show business is just the low-grade version of it. Breathe. Oh, my gods, Eros, please, if you can, because this definitely feels sexual, romantic. Oh my god, but isn't that funny? I did say the mother is a femme fatale. Son growing up with a femme fatale mother, that is very Aphrodite and Eros, but he has this fun. This could be mother-child. It'd be an interesting way to see it. So please, my gods, please clarify fire, earth, air, water, spirit for this divine masculine martyr archetype in this Libra collective. Sun, moon, rising, Venus sign, a twin flame contract. August, September 2020 or timeless, please. Element of fire, what does this martyr want in this contract? Element of earth, what does he have to help him with this contract? Please keep in mind I have to say he and she for masculine, feminine, otherwise my brain implodes. And it's not time for that yet in the planetary awakening. Element of air, what is this guy thinking? Oh, you know what? No, not for a Libra. Please, one card in clarity. What is the element of air here in case this is the Libra? Probably is for a good chunk of you. What is he feeling? What is he feeling? Element of water about this contract, and most importantly, spirit. What is the soul's point of view, the one that agreed to this contract? Now, in the extended reads, what I do is I will take the Daughters of the Moon and do past, present, future for the divine masculine, and take the mythic tarot and do past, present, future for the divine feminine, and then clarify all of that with a whole other deck of cards, the Chuck's Pisano Love Pack. But here, at least, is our basic contract, who these souls are in this twin flame contract. So, element of fire, what do you guys want? Very interesting, both major arcana cards, which is a good sign, considering one is the star and the other is temperance. So, what the divine feminine femme fatale here wants, really, there's hopes and dreams. There's more than wants. There is most likely an awareness of the divine nature of this contract. I would say these are two people who might very well even both be familiar with the language of soulmate, if not twin flame on both sides. Well, obviously, if you're the femme fatale here, right, I would think that might be you. Having gone through this before is my feeling. Like, nobody should. Look, you may very well be born with a femme fatale archetype, but it's not like you're a femme fatale as a baby, right? You know, it just doesn't work that way. There are experiences that come to you to develop that power over a lifetime, right? And the light side of it highlights the erotic energy of the feminine. I mean, talk about a battery, right? Talk about a generator of energy, yin, right? That just magnetically pulls everything that it needs. So what you want here is the sky. The sky's the limit. The stars, the best, beyond. Oh, you're hoping that it's something better than you can even imagine. Like, maybe not exactly getting exactly what you want in terms of the form of that, because it is saying focus, femme fatale. But you want your dream to come true. And, you know, the martyr here just wants to kind of hang in there and endure. They've got the card of temperance, and temperance is a healing card. They want to heal. Like, what do they want in this contract? They want to heal. They need time. If this is really one of those things, I mean, I really wish there was a twin flame card in this Doreen Virtue Healing with the Angels Oracle deck, because to call it a soulmate, to have that word on the table in a twin flame contract, really kind of, but maybe that's why the card doesn't come up so much. Maybe there is a possibility for this to transform from twin flame to soulmate. It's going to play itself out differently. I can't say that's true across the board. This temperance, now the new metaphor they gave me is tempering eggs, right? If you don't want the eggs to curdle and scramble, you have to add, but you have to heat them up. You have to add, the warmer liquid gradually, slowly. It takes time, it takes patience, and often it takes repetition, like building muscles, right? Same thing, but this is really about finding that balance, or at least that's what they want. So I would say what they want is in the same general direction, and both with major arcana. That's what makes me think with a martyr and a femme fatale, there's a real understanding here, at least individually, maybe not communicated, that there's more going on here than just we like each other, but we just can't make it work. That's what we should just call the twin flame contracts, particularly if it's family. what you have, the Scorpio and the Six of Cups. So look, I'm just going to start with the Divine Masculine on this. If you're the one watching this, you miss them. You have to acknowledge that. It starts with that. It starts with what you had might not have been what you exactly wanted. A martyr would very much be lost in the self-pity of it all, right? Of how it didn't go the way that they want, or their part in it, what they did or did not contribute. I get that. So there might be some looking back in regret here because we've got the martyr archetype. I mean, it's not like in a twin flame contract this is the only archetype that's going to come up in the person. Yes, this person is always a femme fatale and this one is always a martyr. No, it's just saying in this particular soulmate contract, those are the soul powers being developed in this particular unit of time, right? So with Scorpio here and Six of Cups, there's a lot of emotional stuff going on here. You both have water cards. I would say this is where, when people talk about, the empathy, we're communicating on the 5D, yeah, emotionally, you might be feeling the same things at the same time. And one of you, like, I don't know, might be just like watching a sad movie and welling up, and the other one's just out of nowhere, what the hell's wrong with me? Like, I mean, this is sort of like sitcom, like, fodder, right? The empaths, da-da-da-da-da-da, meet the empaths. But that feels like that's going on here, and that's part of you getting what you want. So divine feminine, femme fatale, it's a lot of fuzz. To get what you want, you have to go deep. You have to feel deep. There's transformation within you that only you can do for yourself. This is, after all, a twin flame contract, even if it is alchemizing into a soulmate, which Matt Kahn says is true. I really want it to be true. But the ego wants what it wants, right? Then it gets it and it wants something else, right? But with that Six of Cups and that Scorpio, that's a heavy duty Judy. I get it. Element of air. What are they thinking about here? Again, we're going to start with the Divine Masculine. Two of Cups. You miss her, him, the femme fatale. There's definitely a love here. There's no question. There is no question. And the sense of it is that it is a 2. It is it only got so far. Like, the attraction is still there. There's a lot that's unexplored here. Like, I don't feel like these are people who have known each other. Well, let's keep going on that, because the Divine Feminine here has the card of Sagittarius. Now, think about Sagittarius in the mental realm. I would start with what is 9th house here before we get into it's a Sagittarius, sun sign, moon sign, whatever. That might be true too. Might be some of that going on, that they're thinking about that, or this person has some Sagittarian energy in them. More important, look at the 9th house. It is mutable fire, expansion, the transformation of Cerridwen or Cerridwen. I've heard people say that name 10 billion different ways, it feels like, but the goddess of transformation and the goddess of the cauldron, which do need fire. So perhaps there is a lot of power, a lot of transformation going on here with this femme fatale, even in her mind. Or perhaps there is some fire there that needs what? Focus. Right? Because mutable fire is like a wildfire. It's like flaming arrows in all these different directions. But it's just like, okay, now take all that desire, because perhaps there is some anger, some frustration, some rage. We do have the Scorpio card here in her element of earth to focus all of that. So it feels like there's a lot of destiny woven in here, I guess I'm going to say, to see it from that 9th house perspective of spirituality and expansion. That's the point they kind of want me to hit home with. It really is the house of spirituality. That it's a soul contract, obviously the spirit's involved here, but I think we're going to learn a lot when we get to that soul card, that the 5th position in this. The 5th element, multipass. Emotions, though, right? Here we go, air signs, here we go. Dear. I'm going to say that there's been a lot of eruptions going on with our Divine Feminine, Femme Fatale here. I mean, I guess that's what makes her fatale, if you like. It does feel like there is a lot of anger Not shocked. But to focus that, right? And if not anger, then just this boiling, seething passion. This could very much be a sexual energy that has been, I don't know if repressed is the right word, but it's boiling, and it's at a 5. I mean, it's a 5. It's not a major arcana card. But emotionally, the Divine Masculine here is feeling a little guarded and a little protected about their emotions. 9 of Wands. Here, the ship is stuck on the reef. Can't quite make it to port. Almost there, but not quite. So, to be a professional intuitive here, I'm going to say with the amount of pressure that's building up emotionally, these two are not seeing each other or in communication. And if this really is something other than a romantic sexual connection, there's a whole other way of reading this. But that 2 of Cups, that kind of seals the deal with the Femme Fatale and the Soulmate card and the 6 of Cups, right? And a very Scorpio Sagittarian energy on this side about going deep in the element of earth, doing the work, really. The emotional work is what you have. If you're the Femme Fatale here, to heal what needs to be healed, transform what needs to be transformed, and to clear your mind, not of your desires, but to focus them. To focus them and to expand them. You can do that. It's like the intention. I want to manifest my highest good better than I can even imagine it, because that really puts you in the zone of faith. It's like, okay, well, I have no idea what it is, but let's do it. If it's better than I can imagine, divine plan is better than I can imagine, let's have at it. That's, I guess, the paradox of a general focus, right? Stay general. Abraham Hicks just flew into my head. So that 9 of Wands, I get it. There is pressure building up on both sides because they both got fire in their water. It's a very, very interesting couple here. But now let's see. What is the point of view of the soul? This one is really important. It tells you a lot. Well, you both got Earth cards, but different Earth cards. Third person involved here, if this is all zodiacally represented by people in the Femme Fatale's life. We've got the Taurus here, which in the soul position, to me, doesn't necessarily speak of an actual character on the stage with the Femme Fatale here, but that this is about their bedrock beliefs, right? Their values, what it is that's really most important to them, that they want to grow. It is the Taurus card of the Corn Mother, so it is something that is tended over time, right? Fixed earth, fertile earth. What are our values? Now, of course, people would say, yes, my house, my car, but then my family, my health, honesty, right? Like, what is it that is bedrock foundation of value to you? That might be what's being tested in this twin flame, or perhaps matured, right? It's like it depends on what you grow in that soil, because the Divine Masculine Martyr here, interestingly enough, has got the Page of Pentacles, which is, to me, always feels a little bit like an invitation to a new opportunity, right? It's like it may not be always written on a piece of paper and delivered like message to you, but it's almost like the universe, nature itself, sort of saying, okay, and here's the next stage. Here's your next thing to do. So I want to say, with what's going on in their 2 of Cups in the mind, right here, that they might very much have it bad for this person and their opportunities coming, but they do need time. I do feel like these are people that maybe have known each other for a while, but it never really got where it wanted to go if he's still looking at it as that two of Cups. You know what I mean? Because we're shooting for 10 of Cups usually in situations like this, or maybe not. We shall see. It's just with the Femme Fatale and the Martyr. It's such a tricky combo. But fear not, we have more cards. We are going to now. Oh, ready? Now this is where the party gets turned. Someone text Mayhem Miller, the queen of the party, because this is about to get turned big time. The Kuan Yin Oracle. I've been working these with my clients. They're like, wow. Yeah. And there's only like 44 of them or something, but they're pretty potent. So what we're doing now is delineating what is the contract itself. That affects both of them, right? So it's not one side or the other. It's almost like a third entity, the contract itself. What was agreed to by both souls. Breathe. And my relationship with Kuan Yin, I have a very specific symbol for her. And it's that pink smoke from I Dream a Genie, right? When she would come in or out of the bottle. And she don't mind that. Hi, Kuan Yin. Oh, I bow my head. Oh, Kuan Yin. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please, my goddess, the bodhisattva of compassion and contentment. Voice of the divine yin. This is a divine feminine deck, says so right on the box itself. Please, what is your compassionate clarity, your piece of guidance and grace for this divine feminine, femme fatale, and divine masculine martyr in this Libra collective? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, Twin Flame contract, August, September 2020, or timeless. Please, Kuan Yin, just leave the card in my hand. Liking this deck a whole lot. Here, the yellow tiger mother. This has come up before. This has come up before, and these, I can't remember which one it is. Wouldn't have shocked me if it was Leo, just gonna say, because of the feline thing there. But this is a really kick-ass card. It's a side of Kuan Yin people wouldn't necessarily think of, because it is about roaring and having your voice be heard, but doing it, in a Kuan Yin-esque kind of way, I guess one could say. Now, there's a lot written in here. I'm just going to read you like the opening paragraph, which gives you a good enough thumbnail sketch, and then a prayer at the end, right? Paragraph each. Breathe. And tune to Kuan Yin if you like. Sometimes we must be strong and hold true whilst all around us seems to be shifting and changing. The yellow tiger mother, Kuan Yin in her guardian role, is roaring her divine sound within you. The roar of compassion, right? She asks you to hear her, to remember that you are a powerful being of light, and even whilst you are in flow with universal forces, your strong roots help you be at peace with your truth, standing your ground whilst the light shines true. Yeah, this is there's a metaphor for bamboo in here, that it takes a while for bamboo to catch its roots, but then once it does, it's off and running, right? To really be ready to express yourself and speak your truth and stand your ground, even if you're not completely sure what you're supposed to do next. Here's the prayer. You'll see what I mean. Breathe. It is, after all, a prayer. Kuan Yin, beloved tiger mother, I need courage and strength now to be true to myself and allow my own light to take root and grow. Nurture me with your strength of spirit so that I might realize that I have your strength within me too. It is my strength, my courageous heart. Help me, beloved, now to realize my courage and have peace in my heart. I feel the roar of your courage and strength within me, and I realize that this is my own courage too. Thank you for helping me realize this, beloved tigress. Om Mani Padme Hum. Blessed be the pearl and the jewel in the lotus. So obviously something about courage there, but that idea of, like we say, God give me strength, right? Like God's like, okay, here. It's all one strength. It's all unity. And to be compassionate yourself with that, right? That there is fierce compassion. See this, I just said this to a client today. I love Kuan Yin, but oftentimes she will don the mask of Kali to be ruthless compassion and shake your shit up, right? So that you learn, so that you heal, so you stop hurting yourself, stop hitting yourself, right? That sort of thing. A little giggle from her on that, because that is compassion too, right? So to be strong, you gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser, you gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger, you gotta stay cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta be together. All I know. Love will save the day. Let's ask Archangel Michael, shall we? It's a great card. I really love this deck a lot. I mean, there's a lot in that book that I am not reading, and I highly recommend you get it, and I'm not getting any perks from anybody, at least not yet. At least not yet. You never know. Reach out to them and say, I learned about your deck. Angelo, Lyons, Bell for short. Professional Witch. Archangel Michael. Yeah, I'm wearing... No, I'm not wearing your jacket. That's the blue H&M. This is the Calvin Klein, a bit darker, a bit more Uriel, I think. Breathe. See, for him, he's the blue smoke. Oh, Archangel Michael, hi, please, one card in clarity for this divine Femme Fatale and this divine masculine Martyr in this Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, twin flame contract, August, September 2020, or timeless. I feel the desire for balance here. I mean, duh, it's Virgo, it's Libra, I get it, but as a Virgo, it's like, I get the detail involved in this, that it's not so easily said and done. That's why the point of focus there, and that this is a soulmate contract, and it feels like if the Martyr is not aware that there is something at least larger going on here than just, oh, another opening, another show in Philly, Boston, or Baltimore. Thanks for the musical theater reference, Archangel Michael. Didn't know you're familiar with the art. Can we please get, because these cards, such truth. What is your truth? What do they need to see? What's going on in this contract, Archangel Michael? August 2020, or timeless. What have I been saying? What have I been saying? There's something higher vibe here. Enlightenment, liberation. Comes through suffering a lot of the time. Number 12. Let's just go right there. They really like boobies, this company. I dig them, though. If I was going to do... I mean, I don't know how many boobies mine would have, but, you know... Depends on how full frontal they're willing to get. Wait, why am I not finding it, folks? Sorry, I went the wrong direction. Enlightenment card number 12, which makes a 3. Look, I did math. Liberation. There is no need to hide behind a persona that you think others will find more acceptable, for the real you is far more beautiful. Work. You are not your personality, nor your job, qualifications, or achievements. You are not your successes or failures or any other earthly thing. Who you are is far more noble and precious than anything you can possibly imagine. Imagine yourself surrounded by a warm, soft rose quartz light. Okay, we're only doing Libra, why not? Very Kuan Yin. Feel yourself bathed in this healing energy until you imagine nothing but light. Let yourself be free of the restrictions that you have placed upon yourself. You are a beautiful soul, perfect just as you are. So let your inner light shine through. It's time to free yourself from this illusion that prevents you from being all that you can be. I am as bad as the worst, but thank God I'm as good as the best. Walt Whitman. Excuse me for a moment. Thwarp. I would call that a contemplative thwarp. Enlightenment. I'm as bad as the worst, but thank God as I'm good as the best. I could sign off on that little MAL at the bottom of that. I agree with that. That's the tits, literally, on the card. This card of enlightenment from Archangel Michael really is saying that there is something much bigger going on here, and this is about you kind of more having the contract. You're both to get enlightenment from this, and I'm feeling that kind of sort of on both sides. Like I said it from the first tarot we got down here. What you both want here, there is something high vibrational. Feels like if the Martyr is willing to put in the work, because who is more willing to put in the work, but somebody who's learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself or a cause, that this could be like one of them high test, high vibrational ascended masters came in for a twin flame contract to shift everything. This is about your enlightenment. So stand your ground and get your roots and know that you will grow in the direction that you are supposed to do. Together or apart, this is a very intense twin flame. initiatory, sure, they're all initiate just means to begin. Are they being initiated every day as a winding road? Getting a little bit closer every day, there's an initiation of some way, shape, or form. But this one really wants the strength to be able to do it and to balance it and to bring it into balance. And this one wants their highest destiny to happen. I mean, this is a very, very interesting contract. Don't worry, we ain't done. We got 2 more in this, and then we're definitely, I mean, what, do you think I can't see myself in this one? Of course I can. I'd be lying if I said otherwise. And remember, honesty, really important life value for me. It happens when you keep getting lied to and deceived over and over, right? Honesty becomes very, very tricky, and I don't know if that's part of this. But let's ask the higher selves of all involved through the Whispers of Love Oracle. Nice deep breath. Whole different strata, whole different pantheon. Hello, the higher selves of all involved, possibly my own included. I'm not exactly sure. I'd rather not know for sure until we're done. When the last card goes down on the extended read, then I'll have a look. Please, 1 card in clarity for the contract itself, involving this Femme Fatale and this Martyr in this Libra Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign twin flame contract, August, September 2020. Please, what have you got for them? Look at your pattern in relationships. It requires inner strength to recognize that you need to change or modify your behavior. And that means for both sides here. Focus on yourself, Divine Feminine. And Martyr, do what you gotta do. Do what you have to do. Really look at what are the lessons. Not that the intellectual understanding alone is going to achieve anything. But how do you go about this when it's look at your pattern in relationships. That there is something, and I'm going to use a repetitive word here, archetypal. Of course it is. It's a twin flame contract. But for you both, like you have done this before, either in other lives, blah, 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 who cares, but maybe in other relationships that might not all be sexual or romantic. In other words, there might be a parental thing here, but just look back at your patterns of relationships. And I'm going to tell you something that I have found helpful, not all the way home, but helpful. Look at the zodiacal patterns of the people in your life. Pretty much you can know the zodiac signs of parents and family, right? You know where their birthdays are, at least sun sign, right? And you want to get crafty and find out their moon sign and stuff like that. That's a whole other level of Femme Fatale skullduggery, right? Martyr might not go there. But because there's a Taurus here, there's a Scorpio, they are opposites, there's a Sagittarius vibe here. I don't know, I just kind of look at, as you're growing, right, look back a little bit and say, well, what is my pattern? What do I need to heal, to shift, to change? Because, again, Archangel Michael is saying all of this is to make you, like, you're not human, you're spirit, right? You're a soul that came in to play this role. There's that level of play and therefore gain involved here in terms of healing. So let's look, right? You gotta heal yourself anyway. As long as this is a twin flame contract, it's all about you learning to love and heal yourself. What's the healing mantra? Breathe. My Ascended Masters, really amazing read. At least it makes a lot of sense. It's very clear, so please. My Ascended Masters of Twin Flame Contract Law. The Specialist, please, what is the perfect healing mantra for this Divine Feminine Femme Fatale and this Divine Masculine Martyr in this Libra Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Twin Flame Contract? August, September 2020, or timeless. Just keep it nice and simple. What's their healing mantra? Grounding my energy. It's safe to be in my body. This is big. Grounding my energy. It is safe to be in my body. Now, again, I'm just looking quickly. We have 2 Earth cards, and interestingly enough, they're both in the Soul position, so there might be an indication too. Remember, this is the contract itself. It is safe to be in my body, but otherwise, not seeing a whole lot of Earth influence here. Otherwise, in fact, Tiger Mother feeling very fire, right? Enlightenment, very spirit. Look at your relationship patterns, very water, although some air there. Let's read this one. Hold on. Grounding my energy. It's not terribly long either. It is safe to be in my body. I had this one last week. When your energy is grounded, you are no longer wrestling with the pain of the past or chasing after potential future outcomes. Right? Twin flamey. You dare to demonstrate your very best attributes and qualities no matter how you are perceived or received by others. With your energy grounded, your mind can relax as your body becomes a more enjoyable environment to inhabit. And I'm going to say that is very much the stand the ground that Kuan Yin is talking about here. Here, H-E-A-R, the yellow tiger mother. Feel that roar inside yourself, that standing of your ground. It is safe to be in my body, right? Your soul is immortal. The truth of who you are, what it's really, really saying here is like you're not this body. You're not this role you're playing. You're the soul that came in to, in a way, integrate the role, the lessons of, transform those patterns for yourself and all of humanity. So look at your pattern in relationships. This is part of the path. It's amazing. This mantra is ideal for replacing compulsive thoughts, which could be happening. Not seeing an overactive mind in any of this, but I get that. Releasing addictive behavior and finding stability. Well, that might certainly be a case in terms of finding that balance. Depending on who the Libra is, again, both of them could have placements here. So let me pop up the larger picture, and we'll see what else reveals itself. Everybody take a nice cleansing deep breath. Magic clap. Because the Femme Fatale is, should be, one would think is a feminine family archetype. It's not. It's a wild card. So the shadow attribute, inappropriate use of sensuality, attachment to money and power. Who doesn't have an attachment to money and power at some point, but that is being featured here as something perhaps to focus on with that angel of focus. The light attribute highlights the erotic energy of the feminine, opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. So if there was a rejection going on here, it would make sense that the Femme Fatale would need to focus, right? It's like, let me really focus on what the erotic energy of the feminine. What is that about? That is the magnetic come to me vibe that does not need a lot of divine masculine overture. Doesn't need all the plumage that the males of the species tend to have. And what does she want? She wants the stars. She's got her hope, her dream. She's got how she wants this to go. Is she going to get it? Well, I'm going to say if part of that is enlightenment, right? If she's willing to take the spiritual part of this, knowing that it's safe to be in her body, right? It's like, I am a soul that is going to live through this no matter what happens. Even when I leave the body, I will still live through this. That there is hope and wants very much to manifest something, I would think, just of a higher vibrational nature, but how perfect and paradoxical that what she has is the crone that dive deep into the underworld, the emotions that are going on here. The Scorpio card, Hecate, is always about a decision to me whenever she shows up, right? As much as she is the goddess of witches, and hail, farewell, and blessed be on that. She's the queen of the crossroads, right? Major life-changing decisions, usually contemplative, right? To meet her at the crossroads is about which way do you want to go, the path of fate or the path of destiny, because they're not always the same thing. It's the difference between letting go of fear and love a lot of the time. So some kind of deep work there, embracing the shadow, and to focus within if we're really looking at that angel, which the way the card is pointed is staring right at Hecate. And of course, what's going on in her mind, probably 1,000 desires, right? I could do this, and I could do this, I want to do that, and I want that, and I want that, and I want that, and I want that. But overall, we're looking at that 9th house Sagittarius energy of transformation through spirituality, right? Mutable fire, to mutate, to change, to shift, to look at things, to perhaps, yes, hunt down and figure out what it is that you really want mentally, to go through that, but perhaps even a transformation of the mind here, which would be indicative in the card of enlightenment, liberation, right? That there is a liberation here, a throwing off of chains, not adding new ones, not being overburdened by too many options, perhaps. But emotionally, what's going on for her, those 5 of flames, is the volcano, Pele. This has been simmering for a while, and I have to say, a good chunk of that might very well be sexual energy, sensual energy, the erotic, but a part of it is anger too. I mean, I gotta tell you, just being an empath during this time, feeling the collective rage of the divine feminine, was that billions of women over thousands of years, if not more, the repression, the anger, the holding it under, even the feminine energy in men, right? It's not just all about the biological feminine gender. It's the whole yin thing. There's an explosion coming, and to focus that emotion, right? I keep going back to that angel card. It's like it's touching every card practically here. And what is the voice of the soul there? The voice of the soul is saying, ground yourself, girl, right? Ground your energy. It's safe to be in your body. Plant seeds, work hard, do what's in front of you. Focus on what is of value to you. Ground yourself in value, even if those values are not immediately physical, tangible. I value truth. I value honor. I value grace. I value prayer. I value fill in the blank repeatedly. Jumping over to the divine masculine martyr here in the shadow, we've got an addiction to self-pity, and that could really keep somebody from following their dream, right? For working on a twin flame relationship that feels like is a soulmate thing here. The addiction to self-pity, really, really hard to break that unless there is a real desire to serve here. The light attribute, learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself or a cause. And I think that's what makes a lot of martyrs go into service. It's like, well, I don't get what I want anyway, so why don't I give, my life to this or that? I didn't get what I wanted. But then there is that service to oneself to say, if I have to walk out of a toxic situation in order to transcend, right? In order to heal, to grow, to learn, to become, to be the best person that I can be, right? It's hard. But with this soulmate card, walking with what would the angel of soulmate do if not reveal the soul contracts themselves or the aspects of, or really letting you know this is not just a reason or a season. This could be a lifetime thing. Well, I mean, soulmates do come. They come and go. But considering that the Femme Fatale has focus and is focusing within, here we're looking at something simpler, but deeper. What do they want? They want temperance. They want balances. They perhaps want to go slow. They perhaps want to heal what's going on inside of themselves. And what they have are the memories. And I do get a lot of sweet, good times between these two. So for whatever the external reasons are that they are not together, 6 of Cups is what they have. 2 of Cups is what's on his mind. I could see someone tying themselves to a cross and thinking, well, this is over. I can't do this. I'll just suffer. This is, but I don't know. I think they both want the same thing in the same direction. Maybe at least a coming to terms, a peace, a closure or something, but we will probably see more of that specifically in the extended read. But then also that 9 of Wands, not necessarily letting on how he's feeling, which could be a very martyry thing too. I do feel like this divine masculine martyr is missing this divine feminine something awful. And is on the rocks, right? Love on the rocks, and no big surprise, right? But is maybe a little bit defensive about them knowing that. And which also says even if there's any communication going on here between the two of them, I don't feel like it's good. I don't feel like it's necessarily truthful. Because we got the 5 of flames on one side emotionally, and the 9 of flames or wands on the other. This is tricky. Definitely twin flamey situation. But with that Page of Pentacles that he's got at the top there, that the soul is saying, don't worry, there's another opportunity for this to go around again. And again, it's that looking at that soulmate card, it does bother me. Well, maybe this is the martyr who is learning to be the mate of their own soul. Like, that's what's available here for them, even if this is twin flame all the way through. I mean, people marry their twin flames. It's just their tumultuous relationships. Tricky, and often end up in open relationships because a soulmate shows up. Just, that's the new world we're in sometimes. So, really, looking at Kuan Yin, both of you need to be heard, right? Here, the yellow tiger mother. Either way, you got to stand your ground. You got to give yourself, like that temperance card, the time for the roots to grow, but do stand your ground. Be courageous. I mean, you got a lot of fire in your emotion there. Yeah, roar, but roar in a way that, liberates you, right? Blending right into that Archangel Michael. Go ahead, roar your truth, but roar it in a way that really sets you free, that alchemizes knows you, that heals. Because you're not this body. And there is some kind of soulmate, twin flamey something or other going on here for a twin flame contract. But you're both to look at your patterns in relationships to see that. I think if you really look back and you'll see how the opportunity, perhaps an opportunity, like maybe this is your last romantic sexual twin flame, right? And everything else after this is, you know, soulmate romantically for you, whether that's through a series of soulmate romantic partners or one in particular, who knows? Or maybe this is the person who transforms into them. Because look at your pattern in relationships. It requires inner strength to recognize that you need to change or modify your behavior. And it does take strength. But there's an enlightenment and a liberation here for both of you. And that tiger, yellow tiger mother, whew, watch out and stay grounded. It's safe to be in your body. It is safe to be in my body, saying that you can feel what you need to feel. You can process. You can heal yourselves individually here. But I just get the feeling that this is not done. What you both want is so in the same similar direction spiritually that something's going to come of this. I just don't feel like it's the end of it. And again, this is a 2-month period, right? August, September 2020. So really, be grounded in that energy. Look at your pattern in relationships. Stand your ground and get that there is a level of enlightenment here that might be healing you from many different twin flames that have come before. I don't want to say make or break, but it feels that. It feels like this could really change the whole relationship schemata for you, my Libras, regardless of which side you're on here, if you're willing to play along and play the game. So anyway, then, may the Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs be blessed with all that they need in their twin flame contracts. I don't mind being a part of this one if this is true, right? To heal, to grow, to learn, to stand their ground, to find the enlightenment, the liberation, to look at their patterns in relationships and be safe in their own bodies, allowing whatever that needs to happen, that they will be fine. For their well-being, the well-being of the contract, the hopeful completion of the contract, and for the well-being of all, in the quantum unity of it all. So mote it be. And so it is. Oh, good reading. Well, I'm going to jump over to the extended. There is a preview that I will pop up at the end. So please, if you want, jump over, or if you like, you could just like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and comment if this clicked for you and how, because that's always nice for me to read. Otherwise, wishing you the very best and the very blessed of it all. Good luck with all of this, my darlings. Here comes the preview. Hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be. Hey, my Libras, thank you for coming to the extended reading. Are you ready to rock and roll? I am. I mean, like I said, I might have a dog in this race. That's not a horse in this race. I might have some sort of organic being in this race. The Femme Fatale here with this Martyr contract. It's a very interesting contract read, I have to say, from a universal lawyer's point of view. And after all, I am wearing a Calvin Klein blazer, so why not go with it, right? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to cross deck. I'm going to take the 3 of the Divine Masculine, right, the Mythic Tarot, and do that for past, present, future for the Divine Feminine, right? So, and I'm going to take the Daughters of the Moon Tarot that I laid out the original, element spread for the Divine Feminine, to do past, present, future for the Divine Masculine. This way we have that balance of Divine Yin, Divine Yang on both sides, that you're whole and complete into yourselves, but these are the different aspects being looked at. Cool. And then we will clarify those with the Chuck Spezzano Love Pack, the Suit of Luck, the Suit of the Problem, the Suit of Grace, and the Suit of Healing, to clarify that a little bit more. And that's sometimes where the relationships go really like, oh, romantic, sexual. I think we know that's going on here already. And then I'll see what else needs to be clarified. Cool. So what I'm going to do, just like I always do, I'm going to get a past, present, future for both of them, and then we'll turn over past, present, future. Nice deep breath. My gods, please, 3 cards in clarity for this Femme Fatale archetype, the Divine Feminine Femme Fatale in this Libra Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign twin flame contract, August, September 2020. Please, where has this Femme Fatale, or Timeless, where has this Femme Fatale been in this contract? Where is this Femme Fatale now in this contract? Where is this Femme Fatale headed in this Contract, August 2020 or timeless. Jumping over, my goddesses, please, the divine yin, same thing. For this divine masculine martyr in this Libra collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, sign, twin flame, contract, August, September 2020 or timeless, please. Where has he been? Where has he been in this contract? Where is he now in this contract, please? And where is he headed in this contract? August, September 2020 or timeless in this Libra collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, sign, twin flame contract. Ready? Here we go. Where have they been? Okay, all right, well, Queen of Pentacles for the Divine Feminine. So we are still staying with that Divine Feminine, Femme Fatale vibe there, but at least with the Taurian energy here, right? Queen of Pentacles, fixed Earth, Taurus. We are looking up... Oh, no. And what is her crowning card, right? Not the crowning card, the card of spirit, right? It's Taurus. So we have a double whammy there. This is somebody who knows what their values are and probably not too willing to budge on them. So I can feel that there. And of course, if there's been some compromises along the way, can get that Five of Flames emotion, volcano burning. Very much wants things to work out, though. I can feel it in that card of the stars, hoping and praying. But the divine masculine martyr here is in the Two of Blades, gathering information, analysis. For me, the Two of Blades is not indecision. That's the Two of Flames, because that's should I or shouldn't I. This is gathering information, seeing analysis, seeing things from hopefully both sides. Now, I do have to say, he's got the Two of Cups there in the mind, so this might be really trying to gather as much information to move forward with this, but also remember the other two we have here is in the Two of the card of Temperance, right there, those two cups. They're really trying to balance. They want to do this in a balanced, healthy way. I mean, I feel for them. And part of it is it's not just the martyr, but it's the divine light side of the martyr, the divine family archetype, right? Learning to the transcendent nature. They're learning this. They are learning this. It's so powerful. Well, let's see what happens next, shall we? Where are they in this contract now?